So, what's up? If you've seen my introduction before, this is kind of a redo. So, to the 38 subscribers I have, um, this is kind of a reintroduction, but it's also going to be more of an unedited introduction. So, if I stutter or anything, I'm not going to remake the video. I'm just going to keep rambling and so here we go. Like I said, my name is Jalen. I am 24 years old and I don't know what I'm doing with life. Um, when I was 8 years old, which was honestly not even too long ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. And if you go back to my other introduction, which is my main introduction, um, it'll show more videos about kind of what the things that I went through, like just going through a hospital, losing my hair, and things like that. And then it took me 5 years to finish my treatment, which I was basically 14 years old by the time I finished. Um, and during that time, with the cancer I had, I really wasn't able to go to school for safety reasons. So, going back to school, especially in high school, the world, it was a little bit scary. It really took me a whole year of school, not until sophomore year, where I started making friends. And like I said in the introduction, those friends have stuck with me basically throughout my life. And then, like I said, I played baseball basically my whole life. Baseball was the thing that kept me going through treatment and through life up until now. Whenever I could get out of the hospital, I'd just go straight to baseball practice, straight to a baseball game. And I was always a pitcher my whole life. So, fast forward to college. I started in 2019. So, basically, right when COVID started, um, I had met so many people, but at the same time, I was so scared. I was basically an introvert, and being in a college sports team and being an introvert, it's kind of funny. But at the same time, I easily was able to make friends. Not because I was someone that would go out and talk to people, but because it was such a family environment that they were able to introduce themselves to me and we easily became family. So that was kind of the thing that kept me playing the sport because, to be honest, at a college level, it is completely different. Um, it requires much more work, much more dedication, and 2 weeks into school, freshman year, I had almost decided to quit because I had never been through physically anything like that. But then I remember I'm still here. It took me so long to look back on this, but I finally realized there was a chance that I wouldn't be here. Obviously, like I said, I had cancer. And as a kid, it's just you get poked by a needle, you get medicine, and then you really don't know what's happening. So, looking back on it now, being 24, I realize there was a chance that I wouldn't be here. So I want to say that I am lucky. Fast forward to now. Now I just want to go back to 2019, which is basically only a year from now. My senior year of college, being a pitcher my whole life, starting pitcher, Friday guy. If you know what that means in a college setting, it means you're the day one starter. Um, I had kind of been that my whole year in college, but I'd struggled on the mound and not physically. It was all mental, like anyone will say. And senior year, I was like, well, this is my last year. I'm going to give it everything I have. And I really felt like I was because my senior year, my college coach, he was telling me, hey, you're throwing harder. You look bigger. You look stronger. I'd really put so much effort to give it my all by senior year that I wasn't going to be able to look back and be like, man, I wish I did more. But 2, 3 games into the season, I tore my labrum. This was in about April of 2023 where I had my surgery. And I come back, and my roommate and teammate and guy who had always been by me this whole time, my pitching buddy, basically, he told me, hey, use that COVID year, play another year. And I was a little skeptical at first, but then I said, I'm down. And so I had spent the whole summer doing my rehab, getting stronger. I was feeling stronger, even stronger than I was, despite having a torn labrum. And come the summer comes to an end, come back to school, and I'm feeling at the strongest point I had ever been. And being a grad student, I felt even more like a leader. Because obviously, when you get to senior year, you kind of take on more leadership as a teammate. But becoming a grad student, so being a fifth year, I felt even more of a responsibility to become a leader. And 2 weeks into the fall ball or fall workouts, during a conditioning day, my eye is just not moving, so my vision becomes blurry. But other than that, I really didn't notice anything else. And so I decided, hey, maybe I'll just wait a day. It'll go away when I go to sleep, and then not worry about it tomorrow. I wake up the next day, same thing. And so I decide to see an optometrist, and they say, well, that's weird. It looks like your vision is perfect. Why is your vision blurry? You're going to have to go to the ER. So I go to the ER, and in an instant they tell me you have multiple sclerosis. And again, another disease that I have no idea what that means. But being the dumb kid that I am, when I met the neurologist, the first question I asked is, can I still play baseball? And she said, yeah. And so I I sign up for having once a month infusions, and I think nothing else of it. It's just once a month infusion, and then I'll be okay. So I go back to school. I still haven't fully recovered from the labrum surgery, so I'm not quite in the ability to throw yet. But within a week back, I get the clearance to throw. And hearing all these words from my coaches and my teammates, like, Jalen, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? How are you feeling? In my eyes, I was like, what do you mean? I'm doing fine. Why are you so concerned? And it reminds me of the same that I used to think when I was a kid going through cancer and playing baseball. When someone would ask me, like, are you doing all right? Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? I would just be like, yeah, why are you asking me these things? I never really understood the magnitude of these kind of diseases or problems. And I was given the ability to think that way, mostly because of the amazing family that I have. So, really, I've been thankful for that, but I'm even more thankful now. So, sorry for blabbering, but we'll go back to that. So, I come back, and me and my roommate slash teammate, I tell him, hey, I'm cleared to throw. So, can we go outside and play catch? And unfortunately, my peripheral vision in the top right, if you can see me waving my hand, unfortunately, it still has not come back, and I don't know if it will. But we were playing catch, and I said, dude, I can't see the ball. I can't time it. And so he had to lob it to me underhand, but I was able to get it done. And I still decided that, hey, maybe I'll figure this out. You know, it's a long season. But then within 2 weeks of coming out of the hospital, I get readmitted to the hospital. This time, the diagnosis and the disease was much worse. My peripheral vision was the same, but the whole right side of my body was completely numb. In the sense, like, it was weak. I'd fall over. I basically couldn't even stand. I definitely couldn't walk. And then I had so many neurological problems, like, could not think. It's like if someone was talking to me, it's like they were speaking a different language. And so I got readmitted to the hospital, and this time I had spent another month in the hospital, or a month and a half, basically a really long time. And funny to say, but the whole time I was like, when I get out of here, I'm gonna go back and play. But unfortunately, this time, this might have been the only time that it didn't quite work. Because obviously, at a college level, you gotta do school in order to play. So with my neurological problems, I wasn't able to go back to school. I am now, but I wasn't able to do it at that time. Um, and so I basically had to drop out and stop playing. Obviously, you can still play um, Sunday league and things like that, but the kind of atmosphere that you have at a college level, the atmosphere of being a team, is something that I'll never forget. And so, fast forwarding to now, I decided to go back into school and finish getting my MBA. I don't know if that was the right decision because I don't know what to do with it, to be honest. I still have the idea or the drive. I'll rephrase that. I still have the drive to want to go back to the City of Hope and get a job in assisting those who go through cancer or other diseases that are at risk of their life, because I think that everyone deserves a chance to fight for their life when they're given this unfair challenge. Because looking through the hospital, you see all those kids and you see all those people, and they don't look any different. They're just going through it like it's another day. But there's always that risk in the back of their mind that maybe this is the last day. And you could say that about anyone, to be honest. You never know when your last day is going to come. But in that sense of being a cancer patient, you don't even get to spend that day how you want. You have to be taking the treatments and hope that they work. So, basically, I'm at this point 24 years old, 2024, the year, and I finally decided to start this YouTube channel to try to spread awareness, and but not more so spread awareness for cancer, even though I am a former patient speaker. It's more so about having the will to kind of start your life. Like I said, I'm not that great of a talker. I could blame it on these neurological problems. I easily forget words, that's for sure. But I'm not going to blame it on that. But what I want to say is I don't necessarily, well, I definitely don't want to be famous on YouTube. What I want from this channel is for the one person that needs it to be able to come by and see it. So, I'm not someone that knows how YouTube algorithm works, but I just hope if you're looking for something that needs to tell you, hey, you got this, then I hope that I can be that for you. So, like I said, I'm Jalen. I'm 24 years old, and I don't know what I'm going to do with life, but at least I'm still here. So, I'll take it one day at a time.